Hello. I had a statement to say you were banned on Twitter or whatever because you dead named somebody. I just wanted to say that two wrongs does not make a right. It's not right that you were deplatformed. I don't think anybody should be deplatformed for saying anything. I fully believe in freedom of speech. But I mean, I wasn't so happy with you. You seem kind of proud about, not proud, but it just seemed wrong to you that you were dead naming somebody. I get it. You know, if it was a mistake, that's fine.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't? Okay. Well, okay, then you're proud of it. That does not make it right. I think as generations go on, we become more accepting to things. And I think that even if you don't like somebody, it's not a good idea to normalize dead naming.
Yeah, so can you explain to our audience what is dead naming? You probably know it better than I do.
Is when somebody transitions and they choose a new name conforming to their gender. So if their name was Lisa before and they changed it to Jack, if you called them Lisa before that, or Lisa after they transitioned, that is dead naming.
What's wrong with that?
I think it's very wrong because I have a lot of trans friends, and if they were dead named, it would be, shattering to them because it's something that is so personal to them. What?
Shattering?
Yes. It's who they are now. People don't transition just for the hell of it, you know? It's a very personal thing to them. They don't do it to appeal to the other gender or whatnot.
Yeah, but let's think about it. Isn't it part of their biography? Can you really erase history and act as if that wasn't your name for a while? For example, it was another name than Rachel Levine.
Well, why do names matter so much? It's what you want to be called. It's just a title for you.
But it's part of your biography, right? It's a fact that a man who now thinks he's a woman had a family, got married, and then magically decided to no longer be a man. I was talking facts, so your problem would be with telling of a biography?
Well, it's not as deep as you think it is. It's just somebody, it's them now. And it's just being respectful.
Oh, okay, but it's being respectful by not being able to act as if they were something that they weren't. Isn't their whole identity in being no longer what they were? So it shouldn't shatter them. It should be empower them.
No.
So then why do they call themselves trans if it's not their whole identity?
Well, people don't go out saying, guess what? I'm trans.
Yeah, they do.
They just kind of exist. That's Twitter. That's Twitter. I can guarantee you.
And TikTok and most campuses and the trans groups and the trans flag and the trans parade and the trans music and the trans stuff. People say they're trans all the time. If the change is not part of their identity, then why do they call themselves trans?
Well, it's just a title. Everybody, our society is more, we want titles for just about everything.
I agree. So I don't accept the title, and I should have a right not to accept it.
Well, everybody has a right to be respected. They haven't done any wrong to you.
No, you don't have a right to be respected. You have a right to speak. You have to earn respect in a decent society.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to fully understand what you mean,
Yeah, so for example, I don't respect the Unabomber.
Okay.
That's an extreme example.
Okay.
I don't respect people that perform abortions.
Okay.
I don't respect people that medically mutilate children.
Okay.
And I don't respect someone that is taking Lupron and says they're a man all of a sudden and demands I comply. That's not the way the world works. Respect must be earned.
Yeah, sure.
I think respect is just it's a base thing. It's not like I'm going to go into this room and say, I disrespect every single one of you because you don't believe what I believe or you're not presenting how I want.
Well, okay, so what about my respect? Why was I kicked off Twitter? You said it's wrong, but you can all of a sudden see where your viewpoint quickly becomes, and we have to shut somebody up because you deserve respect.
Honest to God, I'm not trying to I'm kind of losing my thoughts a little bit, but I just want to put out there that I think it's just basic human respect. It's not that deep. People just, if they feel one way and they truly believe it, it's not just, oh shit, I feel like being a boy now. It's not just a on the whim decision. It's something that's held inside them.
Right. Well, hold on a second. But I just want to, I think you're being sincere in this regard, but why? So let's just take gender affirming care or whatever you might call it, right?
Yes.
So affirming someone's mental delusion where they think they're a man or a woman, why is that the appropriate line of treatment? For example, do we give liposuction to people that are anorexic?
Well, no, I mean, I think...
No, because we know better. We know it's going to harm them, and we love that person.
No,
so that's not medicine. That would be torture.
Yeah, and not everybody who decides to transition decides to change their genitalia or go through something completely irreversible, right?
That's true. Some do, though. Tens of thousands.
I have conflicted opinions on gender-affirming surgery because it's irreversible, and if it's a decision made too young of an age, then it's not right to do it on children. No,
that's fair. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I really mean that, and you should be encouraged. I wish more people were sane enough to say that. Mm-hmm. But let me kind of complete the point. A biography should not be eliminated because someone demands respect. For example, I can say that Muhammad Ali used to be called Cassius Clay. It's part of his life. And then he found Islam, and he decided to be called something else. And all of a sudden you get this rancor and this uproar that somehow I'm being hateful and no longer worthy of a Twitter platform because I said a fact. That Levine had a name and a family and was a man and then claims he's a woman. If all of a sudden history and facts can be erased, we are dangerously approaching a 1984 dystopian world control scenario that I don't think any of us should entertain. Final thoughts?
Okay, to wrap it up, my point was basically just, I think it's better to normalize or not normalize, but like not put out that it's okay to do these types of things. I think it's just general human respect. I think we just all need to become more accepting, and we don't really need to,
Got it. And so my opinion is 180. We have clarity, not agreement. I'm not going to accept mental delusions with force.
That's a very interesting one, listening to Charlie debating these college students still on this radical transgenderism. And of course, when we look at, in a sense, some of these students, just like, for instance, the lady that was talking about her friends, of course, that need to be respected, and then therefore, whatever they have decided to choose for themselves, people should respect it, in a sense, and call them for what they see they are. But the truth about it is, they are delusional. We cannot call you what, you understand, that you are not. If, you understand, we see that, you understand, you are clearly, you understand, a black man, and you said that you are a white person, then something must be wrong with you. You understand? And then that is the reason why we have to correct you and make you understand what we think that you are. Because sometimes people might be suffering. So look at this scenario that she was talking about, someone being a male and then end up saying that they are female. And then this is the situation whereby if you call them whatever they used to be called, then it's called dead naming. So how are we going to tell the person biography? We have to know that Mr. A used to be this before it turns to be. Then from there, we know where the person, you understand, is coming from. For instance, we could talk about, you understand, hibiscus flower. Irrespective of whatever, you understand, I decide to pluck, whether it's the petal, whether it's a sepal, whether it's the stem, or whatever, you understand, side of it, you understand, I decide, you understand, to pluck. At the end of the day, what is still what? Hibiscus flower. This is how DNA is. So when you talk about, you understand, chromosome, and now you are talking about you want to go to this surgery in order for you to change your gender to be whatever you want to be. So now in this very context, right, chromosome, which made up of the DNA that differentiates you and me. So in this situation that I use, you understand, of the flower, so when you says that you are going for the surgery, what exactly are you changing? And even if you decide to change, you understand, your sex organ, does it really change who you are? It does not change who you are. That's the reason why when you are doing DNA tests, right, you don't necessarily have to use the hair. Sometimes you can use the saliva. You can use anything. Whether it's the bone or even it's the fingernails or whatever you use, it still means the same thing. Why do you think, you understand, it's like that? Because God have already created us and make us, you understand, unique. So if you decide to feel like because you change or decide you wear different costume and then you want people to refer to you as a woman, you are just wasting your time. And that is the reason why Charlie is saying that what some of them are delusional. And then that is why we cannot address people, you understand, for what they see they are. Of course, we have to check and see if they are truly what they are before we can be able to like see that what, okay, yes, truly this person is what they say they are. But if you just feel that because of you go on a surgery and it just feels like on that note, of course, that you are now a male or you are now a female, then it means that you are now going against God's plan. And that God's plan is what he has already created us both male and female. And that is the reason why, whether you like it or not, if you like, go and do the surgery, but it does not still change your DNA. You understand? It does not change it because the DNA is going to tell us whether you are a man or a woman. And that's why the chromosomes, if you are a man, it shows you what XY. And if you are a female, it's what XX. It's as simple as that, because of why God decided what to create us in that very manner. Of course, I know that a lot of you have thought an opinion concerning this, and others will even disagree with me. But of course, I want to see it at the comment section, and may God bless you as you do so. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and I'm going to check it out. So you remain blessed, and I see you in my next video. Goodbye.